VG top decks. Kelvin, this is the last VG top decks of the year. What a crazy year, right?
Yeah, 2021. Not so bad after all.
Yeah, and we get to see some fresh decks. I think it's been pretty unexpected, to be honest, on what is so popular throughout just like set 4. I mean, we had a good idea. I think we had some ideas on what would be good. But what turned out to be good and what turns out to be popular are kind of different things, right? Different things. If you guys haven't seen, there was a huge WGP tournament over the weekend as well. And we kind of covered a few of that in Mondays, where we just covered the big tournaments. And man, that was a big eye-opening thing. Baromagnes really showed up quite a lot, but a lot of the other decks too. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what the local scene is shaping up to be and what new ideas are coming from set 4. And I think, honestly, I was pretty surprised when just kind of compiling everything, and I think you guys will be too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
think, it's quite a shift from like, you know, set 2, set 3, which is very unexpected, especially coming from just one set in D. Yeah.
Anyway, how about we just jump right into it? Let's just jump right into it. Again, we always start off with Nirvana, Team Nirvana, really bringing it home, to be fair. It has so many showings, like at WGP, even at locals, we get quite a lot of Nirvana showings. And there's kind of like 2 different builds that we're seeing, both very overdress focused, right? Both very overdress focused. But one running the kind of prayer order that lets you draw even more. So I think it's very exciting to see this overdress actually being overdress. Yeah, a main character clan actually being really strong. Actually legit strong. I mean, I wouldn't say Nirvana was like a tier 1 deck from like set 1, but now we're probably looking at a tier 1 Nirvana at this rate, maybe. So finally, I guess it's finally, we can see here this guy at locals running just one normal Nirvana, but lots of just the 4 of the Maha Nirvana. Yeah, and then he's got like Valiente, Expecta, Esmeralda, you know,
all the triple R's.
Yeah, Arcs. How you got to be kind of rich to buy this deck now, you know? It's so many triple R's.
The 7-8 new cards that you need to get will be quite pricey. But you know, don't let hold you down. If you like Varina, definitely. It's a great deck now. He
actually cut up the Shimina, but you know he's running the new Retsu, I think it's called. That lets him. It's basically just salvages an overdress from the drop zone.
Yeah, it's been a bit crazy. I mean, we keep mentioning like how like the great one, there's always like a good grade 1 in each set, and then you know, just after one set, you know, it's gone. Like you've got a better one.
Yeah, and like to be honest, right, when you think about this, we're talking about a meta game where Seraph Snow is also kind of prevalent, and it's technically the counter matchup to Nirvana. But Nirvana is still showing strong. It's just, you can push with it, you can rush with it, and the rush is actually scary now. Has multi-attack, has power, so you have to respect the deck. You have to respect the deck, right?
It's like with enough triple R's, finally it's got its engine running.
Yeah, let's move on to a few of these other decks. We can see the grade 1 is really showing us. This guy's still running Shimna. He's also running like 2 Urges. Urges, like, okay, you know, it's by itself, it's still a big bulky body. It's still 20k beta. On your turn that you are still on Nirvana, OG Nirvana, you can still pop off of it, and I mean, it's an overdress card. Right?
Yeah, I mean, like, just remember, like, you know, grade 4, that's a turn 4 game.
Yeah.
So you still gotta, you know.
You still want to push, right? Yeah. You still want to push. But otherwise, a lot of these decks, this one is slightly different. It's running the prayer. This is the order that we've been talking about. This is the order that, you know, you probably threw in the bin. Right?
Before, I think, well, last week, actually, you just probably cracked it and you're like, oh, what's this common card? So it's just sitting
somewhere. But now you guys might want to salvage this out.
Yeah, because apparently in Japan, how much are they going for right now?
It's like a holo is like 500 yen.
Yeah, so that's like
sold out, sold out-ish. So it's higher, right? It's higher. Like, bear in mind, this is a common, so there's a bunch of these cards, but a lot of places are actually kind of sold out on these. Your regular spots, you just grab them when it's cheap. But yeah, it's
well, basically, if you see them now, you know, just keep them and wait for a few months, and you'll be glad.
That's right. Trickster starter as well, just going straight for the aggro. I think it's pretty like this kind of because you have so many overdress stuff now. You can kind of draw through your entire deck, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's pretty nice. It's
So
pretty
you draw
nice.
one from the egg is sort of like, you know, diminishing return, right?
Yeah. So yeah. That's not bad. That's not bad.
And the deck slot is actually really tight now.
Yeah.
It's super tight.
We got another Prayer Man here.
Yeah, 4 prayers.
Prayer, like it's interesting they're not running any extra Nirvana at all. Like grade 3 Nirvana, they could probably just go, okay, the game isn't gonna last long enough for me to need these extra Nirvanas.
Yeah.
Let's just mulligan for the 4 and hope for the best, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it before, you had like 3 Persona rights, now you have 4 grade 4s, so
Yeah.
it's actually easier now.
Slightly easier, right? Slightly easier.
And you have got a good draw trigger. So, you know, every deck now runs like the 10k draw trigger, 10k shield draw trigger.
Yeah. I think there's a lot more rainbow-ish trigger lineups that we can see now.
I mean, it's just all effect triggers.
Yeah, this person isn't even running max Trickster. He's got 3 Trickster as well.
Oh, yeah.
Trickster starter as well. So I think it's an interesting tech that we're seeing. Again, you know, Trickster starter here in this Nexus. Massive grade 3. Only
wow.
two Esmeralda, which is kind of interesting. But like
Yeah.
3 Trickstar is something that we've been seeing like twice.
Quite a bit, yeah.
So far, this quality is not great.
4, but
This
guy
one's-
spent all his money buying cards, blinging his deck.
look at this dude. How rich is he's got?
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Wow, is that the signed version?
That's the
Yeah.
DSR,
DSR.
version.
7 copies, jeez.
Wow.
Plus the grade 0 as well. Oh my lord.
This, sacrificed on buying a new phone
Hey, he's
to buy
using
new cards.
Trick Moon as a starter. That's
Is
interesting.
that Trick Moon?
That's Trick
wow.
Moon, right? Yeah, it's
That is
blue.
Trick Moon. Yay.
Okay.
It's a counter charger though.
It does,
It's actually
yeah, it
just a
is.
counter charger, so that's kind of an interesting tech. So yeah, it's kind of solves like people wondering what do we do now that Urza doesn't counter charge. Well, there's also a Trick Moon, so you can run that.
Smart.
Yeah, interesting ideas. Next here we have just a double prayer build. The previous one wasn't running any prayer as well. I don't know what the starter he's running here, but we've got 4 Trick Stars and
I think that's undo.
undo.
Yeah, I
just a draw, draw. So pretty straightforward. Yeah. Otherwise, we're seeing just this heavy overdress count again. Here another one. You know, prayer heavy overdress.
Yeah, but now that's the real theme of the deck, right? You know, play your order and just overdress a bunch and draw a bunch, and you know you refund all of them.
I mean, technically, it's not a +1 because you're just kind of filtering instead of like minusing. But I think that's good enough because you're just going through your deck.
I mean, you're getting free value in the field as well.
Yeah. So, no, it's true. It's cool. And this is the last deck. We have Lewis Hong, slapped in the new support at the last minute and didn't get a chance to playtest the build. But they played at Roel and came 2nd place. So it's you know, just running the new stuff. 2 Esmeralda. No prayer, that's fine.
Still running Persona.
Yeah, two personas.
Mm-hmm.
And also got like just to throw in the
Madokas and the
Shimana, yeah, all that. So cool, like pretty cool. Right. Next we have his 1 Eugene list. Not much to say here except he's running the new grade 2. I think this is Capture Party and Eugene's, and then you know just the good old two lineup. The 1's not 100% sure on that.
Yep.
I think this is the old. I think it's like Orlando or something like that. But
I think the biggest update to Eugene was like set 3, set 4, not so much.
Yeah, so well, you got a new 2 that it kind of extend your play. But apart from that, you know, that's kind of it. Yeah, that's like the only list so far. You know, not running any spicy techs like Esmeralda. And
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's just work, right? Next we have Bab Saga. So we actually just skipped over Overlord. Got a few Bab Saga. Bab Saga is actually very simple, right?
4 Trick Moons.
Yeah, you got Trick Moons. He's running the Mango, but not
just
one copy.
Yeah.
Let's skip over to a nicer looking one, right? Let's look at it. So you know, Trick Moons, big booster, very easy addition. He's got the new grade 1 as well. That's basically a 13k.
And you got
dude.
this spear now. And yeah, you can now equip like both weapons.
I think
first grade 3.
I think this guy ran. This is not a really conventional arms lineup, right? I think he just kind of dipped into everything and hoped for the best. Because first week, right? What's optimal?
Yeah.
But let's kind of look at like the next one. So this guy's got four swords and 4 spears.
Wow.
I think like ideally you want spears, right? Spears you want to kind of max out 100%.
Yep.
You also got the new grade 3 that kind of functions as an extra equip. That can equip an extra card. So it's like you have 8 spears pretty much.
Yeah,
right? 8 spears. And then that's how you just go fast. Your Trick Moon's a huge booster. This person is actually not running any of the grade 1, the new grade 1, which is interesting. But you see, you actually have a lot of your slots stuck between just this
with the arms stuff.
Your grade 2 can discard an arm and draw a card and get 5k, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, when you don't need that many, especially.
Yeah. So I think overall it's pretty nice. It's kind of just, you know, a good lineup coming up. Just we haven't seen much of the gun. Like, this guy isn't even running the gun at all. He just goes, let's go spear and sword. Spear and sword. A bunch of the grade 3. The grade 3 is really, it actually hits numbers as well. Actually, I don't think this is the grade 3. This is the grade 2. It's like a counterblast. Like, if you retire something, you can counterblast one and retire another card. It's actually a Eugene card, I think. And he also gets like 10k. So he gets a nice amount of power, but so this is a grade 3. I'm 4 of the grade 3 as well. So I'm pretty much just, I think 4 grade 3 is pretty good.
You know, it's actually kind of interesting to see like how, you know, like the new buffs deck computer, especially when you're fighting in, you know, grade 4 decks. Because back then, if you remember, like way back, you get like the first time you get this kind of mechanic, you get like cross rides.
Yes.
And they're like 13k, so it makes it kind of impossible for any other deck.
Yeah, well, these new cross rides are also 13k.
They're 13k, exactly. So, you know, you're actually playing on pretty even ground here. The only difference is like, well, they got 4 grade 4s in the deck, you get 3 persona rides, which is pretty good if you ask me.
Like, the power lines of your Bav as well as just persona ride in general can still hit higher than the grade 4. Grade 4 you get that triple drive. But overall they're not giving, well, Nirvana does give power. So a lot of these kind of pseudo make power lines, but overall your persona ride can still even make more power lines as well. But overall, like in the long game though, the grade 4s in a long game will kind of outperform the persona ride just because they're consistently triple driving and all that. So I think it's pretty easy. If you're playing like this kind of persona ride deck,
you want to win quick.
Yeah, and Bav is actually a deck that can win pretty quick. Even though it only has like 3 lines, like 3 line attacks, they all hit pretty big. They have crit, they have retire.
They have trick moons.
They have trick moons, pretty much. Yeah, trick moon just kind of carries the entire deck. I mean, 25k boost. Who can complain, right?
Any deck would want that.
Yeah, I mean, I want that in every deck that I 25k boost.
It's not a one, but he's only taking 2 of the grade 3.
I feel like this one is much more, feels like to me, much more optimized, except for like the double shield maybe.
Probably not needed.
You probably don't, like 1 shield double gun, unless you plan on keep on recycling this stuff. Which maybe. But the 4 spear, again, 4 spear correct, 1 sword. There are only 2 of the grade 3. That might not be.
You need 4 of that.
That doesn't feel super optimized.
It's like your Percival. You really want to see it on your first grade 3 team.
You definitely want either this, or spear or dude, and then boom, pop off, right?
Then you have your game.
Huge pop off. So, and this is the last one. This guy's actually running 3 gun.
3 gun? He's a gunman.
He's a gun man.
1 spear and 1 sword only. Okay.
This is a bit weird.
Yeah, a whole lot of
bit weird,
units.
But we'll see in the coming weeks. I'm sure we're gonna get a bunch more optimized lists, and then we're gonna see the right combo for the arms equipment. All right, moving on. Let's go to Bruce. Right, Bruce. I think a lot of people were expecting Bruce to be very strong because it starts with B. Not so much. We've seen some Bruce tops.
It's also because they're not as popular in Japan, so it might be due to that. But I'd say it's a bit too early to say.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like when looking at the new Bruce, the one thing I really dislike is the Counterblast 1. Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 5.
Yeah.
Just as that extra Counterblast feels like it's adding
extra clunk.
Yeah, that's correct. Extra clunk. Or extra ways for your opponent to screw you over.
Oh, that's true.
Right? They go, okay, let's slow the game down. I know as a Bruce player, you want to kind of win at the mid game-ish, because if you go too long, you start decking out. So that I just stop your play, so you can't do big pushes.
Yeah, with the grade 4, the Bruce is very much like set on a pace, and once you can just lose out entire turns if you don't have like the setup.
And when you know you're against a grade 4 Bruce as well, you can start committing cards to your field. Because you don't have to be afraid of Leonards, right? The only thing you have to be afraid of is Derek's. And I mean, Derek is a good card, but it's not as scary as like losing everything to just Leonards for free, right? So overall, like the grade 4 Bruce does have its weaknesses, and I can see why people are kind of like picking apart, Bruce. Bruce with like the new support that they've got, because everything has technically also gotten faster, right? Nirvana has gotten faster, even though it's a turn 4 deck. Like the grade 4 is a turn 4, but the rest of the deck otherwise can, go faster. Bav can go faster.
earlier.
Yeah, the
Bruce,
pop-off turn is stronger kind of thing. So I think the gap there definitely closed.
Yeah.
But you can see this is pretty much kind of what you expect from a grade 4 Bruce deck.
It's the only change you do, right?
Yeah, you don't.
Everything else is.
Take out that Leonard. Don't throw it away, but put it somewhere else.
Yeah.
You actually don't need any grade 3 Bruce as well, unless you're afraid of like miswriting a Bruce. Marjorie is staying because it's a good card.
Yeah.
You're running the Brian because Brian can give like front row 5k, can give a crit. But again, I'm just worried. I'm really worried at this lineup where you have so much Derek counterblast, Eden counterblast, then you know full dive counterblast as well. And then bear in mind if you use Brian and Bruce, Soul Blast 5 plus Soul Blast 2, you have to Soul Charge extra. Like, there's just no way around it, right? You have to Soul Charge extra.
It feels like if you don't get your Derek, there's no soul. Yeah, you don't even get any soul, do you?
Yeah, but yeah. If you have Derek's and you want to Soul Charge extra, then you're decking out as well. So.
And if you're using Derek plus your Vanguard skill, then...
Yeah.
Like, you know, how many more counterblast do you have for your other skills?
Yeah, and then remember, triple drive, then +1 drive. So it's like a 4 drive. You're going through your deck very, very quickly.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of scared. And like, Bruce decks like running rainbow triggers. They like running that draw. And I don't think it's changed at all. Because
you need it, because your early game is so vanilla.
Yeah, like, let's kind of go through other decks as well.
This is an interesting one.
This one's got some old Quenlu combo, but now you have the Brainwash Swallow that can, like, you know...
I just call it Doreen.
Yeah, Doreen. It just hits... It can hit big. I kind of like seeing this in Bruce. I just really like this new card. It adds so much power.
But here's the thing, does it fix the early game? That's the biggest...
No, it doesn't, because it only works grade 3 or higher.
Right.
But on your non-final rush grade 3 turn, at least you can push damage, which is kind of nice.
If you saw Church, and that's like what with Derek, I guess that's...
No, probably not with...
Back to square one.
Yeah. I don't know. Because that turn is still very lame. It's still very lame.
Yeah, you're just attacking 3 times. You probably just, like, you know, got a Vanguard,
get
the other one and take the big one.
You don't want to waste a Pandemonium Tactics there just to Soul Charge 4, because you -1, you use a Counterblast, and now you're... I don't know. It's a bit weird. I'm still waiting to see the list for these, right? Again, this one is...
Very similar.
It's got Tactics. Is there no Brainwash? No Brainwash. So this guy just decided to go Bruce with... tactics, but this is kind of scary because I don't like quad drive, then quad soul charge. I guess you might need it just because the amount of soul you use, right? The Derek, it's like usually it's like a 4 or something like that.
Yeah, it's just like, do you ever see like a, you know, turn 5?
Yeah, I feel like you're just gonna deck out of it. Like these decks are just going so fast. Another tactics build here.
And with Brainwash.
Yeah, with Brainwash, he's got Lyle. It's just a soul charge 2, Cannibal soul charge 2. I think you get like 5k as well. You call a card as well from your I think from your soul. So it can make a field, but you know, again, you're going through your deck, your power lines aren't exactly as they're kind of similar to before as well. You just get an extra attack
and Vanguard drives.
Yeah. So again, another one. So I think we're seeing a lot of commonality between these Bruce decks. This is the last Bruce deck for the day though. We got just, I guess, back to full dive.
3. Yeah,
back to full dive. This is just standard Bruce, standard grade 3 Bruce. And you might say this guy is okay. Maybe he couldn't afford the new grade 4 Bruce. We did see one grade 3 Bruce also top in WGP as well. So it's not like old Bruce is dead. I think it's very much alive, and you know, as the format shapes, it might still be like one of the stronger Bruce variants versus the grade 4. Like honestly speaking, right? So that's pretty interesting. Anyway, we have Barrow. Barrow is actually the dark horse, should you say. It's not really a dark horse because it's already topped 3 times in WGP Tokyo. It topped every single block. So it's definitely showing that it has quality, right? It definitely has quality. And I think just the addition of like the Brainwash and the new Chakrabarthi, or whatever he's called, Chakrabarthi, has just made the deck that much better, right? It's not a big change. Like, well, you add 8 new cards, or you add the new drawers as well. So it's like 12 new cards. Deck is very similar to its previous build, but now
I think what you have now is like rearguard quality, because before it's just like, you know, I just need to soul charge. Soul charge, I'm gonna drop whatever. Doesn't matter what I run the deck. As long as
That's
soul
right.
charges.
That's
but
right.
Now they still soul charge, but they do something extra, and that actually packs
Like,
a lot of punch.
Like all the cards you were looking at for Barrow, just how many cards is this soul charge?
Yeah.
Curtis, 4 of. Soul charges 2, right?
It's all bang for buck.
Yeah. Get Gungaram, soul charges 1, not bad. But now you have Swallow, which soul charges 1 and gets a bunch of power.
Yep.
Wow, that's so free. Chagra, it's like soul charges something as well, but also gives front row like 5k. It also gets to let you grab stuff as well.
So your first 2 attacks is not like it's like
there's actually quite a lot of value that you're getting from these soul charge cards.
And you gotta remember, if you're in grade 2, it's actually quite scared to be on the receiving end of this. Barrow rush.
Yeah. So this is pretty. I think Barrow hidden gem. And if you guys have been Barrow fans since like set 1. You've been living on the cheapest deck of the entire game, right? And it's just performing very, very well, right? All right, let's look at this next one. We got Ranger for sure. Time Walk Surabaya D Championship first qualifier. Barrow ASAP kill so good. Damn, really unexpected topping. He came. First was Lenang with Barrow. Sorry, I'm just reading the thing. First was Lenang. With Barrow, we've got I think this is just pretty much the standard build of... He's actually running Gungaram still. 3 Gungaram, so maybe not as standard, but he came first. Then we got Jeremy with Barrow as well, so double Barrow taking the tops. We got the Swallow. But yeah, pretty standard list. And then third, we got Rimba with Seraph. So this guy, this is this new Seraph Pure Light. Right, pretty cool. Still running the bug motor, which is interesting. Bug motor, Chevel Stud. I want to see how this evolves in the future, just see like what changes really. But I think we've got a lot of the expected things. Even the grade 2, he's got no Macarite though. I think Macarite we don't see. I would love to see a Macarite, yeah. And then in fourth we've got a Laurel deck. Wow, surprise. Good old Laurel, still doing it. It's
getting out an update soon.
Yeah. And then we got Ashwin AGC standard 22nd place. Local Nirvana main has converted. Just wanted to say Barrow best deck went second all 3 games as well. So yeah, look at this. I think Brainwash able to fit in the Gorman. So 2 Gormans. But yeah, apart from that, I think pretty standard as well. So overall, pretty nice deck. And then lastly, we have a set 3 Barrow here. So this is actually from Discord. I'm just putting it in. It's from Cal. So Morikawa standard monthly, 6th place. Deck is consistent with going first and second. You hit 15 soul very early, pressure hard, along with recycling 10k shield intercept. Also, side note, the game after you use keenly reshuffle your deck by doing the 5 stack, you're going need a rough game after it if you didn't, because of weird timing. But they took up 3 pins and sure got 3rd place. Alright, so that's pretty good. I think, this is set 3 Barrow. If it's already so good, guess how good set 4 Barrow is. I think it's kind of showing how good it is. So congrats, Cal. But yeah, Barrow. I think the dark horse.
The good times are coming.
The good times are coming for Barrow mains, right? Barrowers, you guys, time has come. The one ride line whose time hasn't come is Greedon. Words cannot describe how disappointed I am with the Greedon support in set 4.
Wait, is this?
This is set 4.
There is set 4. Yeah, there is like 2 cards.
Did he even run? Did he put in any set 4 card?
I think those 2.
No, that's a PR.
That's PR.
I think this guy didn't even bother updating.
Okay.
He didn't even bother updating the draws.
Yeah. Okay. So it's still set 3. Like.
Yeah. It's not very interesting, unfortunately, this deck. But look, no one is playing Greedon right now except this other guy. But he's playing in set 3 meta. Because we got Salvador Cruz, Torneo, 26, Kawanza, right? Good deck, overtrigger is insane.
Well,
I mean, this came first place, by the way. So congrats, Salvador. But I have to say, overtrigger is insane in every deck.
Yeah, I think so. If you play any deck and you get overtrigger consistently,
overtrigger insane in every deck,
then you're gonna do pretty well.
I mean, he started maxing out the deck, so maybe sooner or later it'll get there. So good job, Salvador. Congrats on getting first with with Greedon.
Greedon.
All right. Next we got Bastions. All right. Bastion actually. Well, here we go. Bastion. I think a lot of people expected a lot more from Bastion, but the reality is, Bastion. It's not that popular.
Here's the thing, right? Like, you're great for. Funnily enough, doesn't add that much to the deck.
Okay. Yeah.
Hot take.
I wanna kind of talk about this deck as well, but there is so much glare I actually can't see any of these cards.
Oh yeah, actually.
We see Fasados though. Refluke, Dark Strain, Alden. Look, all the good old cards.
Yep.
You got the maxed out Bastion lines here. So basically all of these are text. So let's kind of scoot over to the next kind of list. This guy is actually running a lot of the new cards and also running this new.
A lot of new grade.
Well, not the new order. It's an old order, but it basically gives your grade 3 boost.
Yeah.
Hot take here. I think this order is actually legit. Yeah. Because. Is
it better than Dark Strain?
I feel like it is because. Well, I think both have their uses. Dark Strain allows you to pop off early, and then in something like the Seraph Mirror, you're just not going to have soul anyway, so who cares? You've already used your soul, so it's done, right? But then this order kind of is good after you, after you soul blast everything, you still have boost. It's sitting there and giving you everything boost, and then you can use other cards to get rid of your soul. So I feel like this is kind of cool, right? It's kind of cool. I want to see if people actually use it or not. The rest of these grade 3s just kind of give power when they stand. Like this card, this grade 3 searches for like, I think it's a top 3 search for a grade 3 and calls it. This one gets power and it restands. This one can like soul blast to draw a card or get power to the same column. But yeah, the rest of this Bastion is, you got your Reflux, you got your Aldens. Actually not running rag reels for this, which is kind of interesting. Right? Yeah. I expected rag reels.
Probably just don't have the resource.
I mean, well, this guy's running 1, so we see like rag reel resource like not being used. He's running the boost order though. He's running 1 of this. I think this is like one of the easier to cut cards in the entire set. Because you already have triple driving. Triple driving is good enough. Yeah. Right? You really need quad driving. It's actually harder to use this effect because you need to put more grade 3s on the board, right?
And fun fact, if you have like the Bastion grade 4, it's a grade 4.
Yeah, that's what
it doesn't count towards like a lot of like other stuff that you do, including like your right line, like hand reveals and stuff. It's actually like kind of awkward to keep that grade 4 Bastion in hand.
I like the new defensive option we have. This is like if you're on a grade 4, it's a 20k shield, no questions asked. Yeah, you don't need a field. But yeah, I kind of want to see how Bastion evolves a bit. It's just, I feel like it's a bit early to talk about how bad it is when it has. I still think it has the potential to be pretty good, right?
Good, but it's just, funnily enough, it struggles with the deck slot more than the other decks.
Yeah, I think
you're on triggering
because it's such a big shift, right, from your normal Bastion list. I think people need time adjusting the deck. We got Spirits here. TKS Vanguard Day 20 finished 2nd. Got out-sacked, lol. Right?
Out-triggered is
out-triggered. But yeah, he was running Bastion Prime list as well. This guy's, he's actually not running
full rug rails.
Yeah, he's actually not running extra grade 3 Bastion, which is interesting. It's a bit different from the other ones we've seen. But yeah, this guy's got the 4 rag reels, Dark Strain, the Reflux, the good stuff. This is the top line of good stuff, and the mid line. Actually, he's got 1 extra Bastion. So then he's got the mid line of random text, So yeah, I think it's okay. Good job, Spirits.
Can you imagine if like the grade 4 Bastion has like this card is also treated as a grade 3 on the deck?
Unlucky. Illusion XD ended 2nd at this season's Booster Shop League, Showtime Sports Cards Remote Tournaments. Last Thursday night, I ended up 2nd with Lagriel Bastion. Okay, that's good. Ended up 2nd. Second's good. It's got, Lagriel Bastion. I think it'll be pretty cool to see if you ran like Dark Strains. I know this is like this combo has been going on for quite a while, but eventually people started cutting this.
But 2 sides of it,
yeah. So good job, Illusion. And then next we have some hexes. So Hexa, this Hexa is actually just running a lot of the old cards. He's got the Soul Engine as well. So I think it's
4 rag rails.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
That's the highlight of this list. He's running rag rails. I think it's not bad.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
It's not set 4 hot though.
And not set 4 hot. I think, It's sorry. It's got the 7. I think this is this is a new. I think this allows you to stand. I think.
Okay.
When you trigger, you can retire this counterblast one, soul one, stand another unit. So I think that's the one. But yeah, pretty interesting list here with just like Ragrill Hexaorb. Then we've got Mr. Turkey, had a great time out locals running the Sacking Sorceress for once. Tops a Hexaorb, which is him, right? And he's running one Ragrill on that list, one Ragrill. And then second was Bruce and third was Flagberg. So yeah, this has just got pretty much set three Hexa. You know, got the Totris, just really good card, and the Kagero. Just top deck check, get triggers, win the game, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, again, I guess that's it, right? No Bruces. Well, second was Bruce, third was Flagberg, but no list for them. So yeah, good job, Mr. Turkey. Great time having fun at locals is the most important part, right? And then lastly, for the Hexas, we got Team Vanga Boys, all right? Got second place at our locals of Hexaorb, only lost to Orfist, so yeah. So that's got second. So Painkiller Angel is GOAT, Team Vanga Boys represent.
Painkiller.
Painkiller Angel is pretty good.
It is pretty good.
Anti-Leonard
converts very well.
Yeah. Okay, got Fasados. Yeah, pretty cool list. Right, good job.
SPs as well, nice.
Good job, buddies. Good job, boys. And surprise, we have a Phantom Blaster Dragon.
Wow,
now,
my boy, haven't seen you for a long time.
This might not actually be a huge surprise because one did actually come second at WGP Tokyo. So, yeah. So, is Phantom Blaster Dragon back? Maybe. Maybe.
Is there any? Is not new list.
The new grade one. This is the new grade one. This grade one is. It's just. I think it's come into play. You can discard one, look at top two, and call them arrested. So you have 3 stuff there, and then I think it's like on discard you can call arrested as well. So you have a bunch of things like this. This probably saves the deck because you can make just a free field and then pop it. Yeah. So. I think it's okay. I think it's not bad. I think it'll be interesting to see if this continues to top, I guess, randomly, because I mean everyone's been. This is basically the joke.
That's the thing. Like everyone loves PBD, but like this time around, it's been
sad.
Yeah,
it's been pretty sad. But maybe its fortunes are actually changing. So we'll see. We'll see in the future what happens, I guess. Now onto the next bulk of lists. We have so many Magnolia. I have to say, this is like the revenge of the low tiers.
It's like 3 sets worth of revenge.
Yeah, that's right. Like back in set 1, when it was Bastion Bruce for life, right? And then Magnolia, and Nirvana guys just felt really sad. All right, this is like kind of the reverse of that. Now the Bruce and Bastions are like very sad, while the Magnolias and the Nirvanas are like super happy because they're just like dominating like all the time.
Prison just laughing. Just up there at the top with their
Now it's funny because I rated these two pretty low because I felt like they lost to the Seraph, but you know Seraph. Well,
I guess if you rush enough,
like you can't. I guess you can't deny that grade 4 Magnolia solves all your problems.
Yeah,
it just solves all your problems, right?
It's turned from like a rear gut centric deck into a Vanguard centric.
Well, it's not even Vanguard centric. Imagine you had the greatest band-aid of all time. Your deck was clunky as hell. You're like, I hope I draw into this piece and then this piece and then this piece, right? But now you draw into this one piece, it just solves everything.
Everything.
Literally everything. So yeah, like the popularity of Magnolia is actually insane. And I mean, it's even taking the Flagberg card, like Inlet Pulse Dragon, it's taking that as well and taking it for itself. Because it has a great effect. If you've done 4 or more attacks, you can put into Soul. Wow. Solves your Soul issue and draw a card. You you just basically trade it in.
Okay, just free.
Yeah. Actually, pretty insane. So we're going to see a lot of Magnolias. This is the first one. You also run a few grade 3 Magnolias simply because it's still pretty good. If you Persona Ride a Magnolia, it's pretty good. You also need a Magnolia somewhere for grade 4 Magnolia to work. So,
and like, well, now you get to reuse a lot of your units as well. So it's like,
that's right. Biggest thing, again, grade 4 Magnolia is free. Like the text does not have any counterblast on it.
Yeah.
So now your counterblast is actually freed up. You don't have to spend like every counterblast every turn just to do a back row attack. Now you just get it for free.
So basically anything in your hand, just drop it off and
Yeah.
you can bash with it.
So that means your Counterblast can be used for a lot of things as well. This one's actually
run here.
Yeah, this one's a much more spicier list. We've got some spiritual condensations here.
Oh.
We've got the Inlet Pulse. We've got Alvin the Chickmonk.
Alvin.
Alvin.
It's actually called Alvin.
Yeah, it's just like the show. Very annoying card. Forces your opponent.
Gut restrict.
Yeah, to call 2 cards. To guard this like stupid 8k that gets 5k that becomes 13. So it's like poking for like
13k, you have to go with 2 cards, and you're like,
what a joke, right? Like, come on.
oh, what am I supposed to do? You can see.
Yeah.
It's like, am I supposed to take it?
Like
13k.
can you not? Yeah, we got Bajalcorn here. Oh, what did
Bajalcorn.
Bajalcorn? And I totally blanked out on what it did. Actually,
That's an old card, isn't it?
it's an old card. Yeah. Bajalcorn. It has 2 horns. That's what did it do? So it's like Counterblast 1. I think if it attacks from the when it's on the back row, when it attacks all your opponent's front row units. Okay.
What? It takes 3 units.
Yeah.
Up to 3 units.
I mean, okay, here's the thing, right? Normally, in an old Magnolia list, you would not run something like this.
No way.
Because Counterblast 1 for this,
so
like,
scarce. Like your CVs.
it's 10k as well. So,
Yeah.
so it's not hitting any. Because of grade 4 Magnolia, now you have Counterblast to use, and that gets 5k.
No, it's 15k hitting 3 of your front
Yeah.
row, so you get rid of all the intercepts. So basically, you attack with this one first and get rid of all of their rear guards.
Yeah.
And hit their Vanguard for 15k.
Yeah, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's insane, right? Well, not insane. It's pretty good. So.
It's pretty good. Pretty
Again,
good value.
grade 4 Magnolia. So you get some of your old cards. You can't run Dama Inaru and stuff like that.
Don't need that.
But
anymore.
dude, you got a bunch of old stuff that you couldn't use before, and now you can. Right now you can. So let's kind of take a look at some other stuff. Another list, right? We've got a lot of this, guys. Don't worry. Yeah, this guy's still running Grabeg Gynosera.
Gynosera.
Old finisher, back again. Yeah. Wild Intelligence. You can still make a field when you're on grade 3. Right? You can still
Why
make
not?
a field. It's technically still targeted salvage. So
And you're even running Orjolas now, so you like what?
you can just shift everything along.
so
Stuff
more
can be
annoying.
targeted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
Makes
good.
sense.
It's pretty good. How about this list? 3 Gabrag, Inlet Pulse. Inlet Pulse is just insane. I got the Soul Slice Dragon. It just
That's kind
countercharged.
of the new card that we've seen 4 copies of in all of these decks. The bottom one, the Leopard.
It's like Pantero.
Panthero.
It basically gets a copy of itself
What?
from the drop zone. So
3 units.
it's
just free.
It's free body that gets 5. It gets I think it's 10k as well. It gets 10k,
Oh, wow.
and then like you get another 5k. So you're just basically hitting numbers all day.
It's like a 24k.
Yeah,
by
Soul
itself.
Blast 1. It's Soul Blast 1.
Oh, so
Yeah, call a Pantera from the drop zone onto open reguard. Open reguard.
Inlet Pulse. Also
Oh no, it also gets 5k. Actually, no, it's also 9k as well. So it's like 14. I think it's 5k from the dude. So like 19. So it's hitting like a 10k shield, which is still kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Right? It's still pretty annoying. But yeah, like it's a good card because it makes a copy of itself. That's literally it. That's literally it. And we can see like the 3 Gynosera, 3 Gabrag, a lot of
cool.
CB that can be used like nowadays.
You're free
Is
to
that-
choose now.
Yeah, and I think he's running. Is this the Zorga line? I can't really
It
see.
feels like it.
Yeah,
I
I think
mean,
it is.
You
I
run
think it is.
enough. You sort of run enough orders to justify that, I think.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, pretty cool.
And you do sort of like want a mill because you do cold stuff from the drop now.
Yeah.
And-
Another Magnolia list. He's got the 2
Bajalcorns.
Jalcorn.
And 4 guineas. Holy.
Yeah, and I think we're starting to see a trend here. A lot of this list seems very, very well. 4 spiritual though. 4 spiritual is pretty interesting. Here again, Inlet Pulse, Soul Slice, Price Trident, basically free soul and counter charge.
Makes it back.
Yeah, it's just it's free. It's so free with
13K,
Elder
everyone gets numbers
Magnolia
now.
right? Yeah, he's got one extra Magnolia as well, just to sort it out. Here's the sideways man. Can't really see him.
Oh, he's running 3 of the Grand Blue Dragon.
Oh yeah,
Which one is that? The
I think
gold
it's is it Corruption Dragon?
Yeah,
Is it Corruption Dragon? It's just when you ride. I think it's a grade 3 high and call out free body, literally a free body. So I think that's all right too.
It's discarded for for right cost, and then you just call it back.
Yeah.
Basically.
This guy's got an interesting card. He's got a Rhino that's called Rhino Vera. Right.
Okay.
Was it Rhino? I don't know. It's like a rhino, but it's actually called something different. It's got like a turtwig horn if you look at that, right? But this effect is like it gives everything in its column boost. So
okay,
it's certain situations, you know, when you like with this deck, you call a bunch of grade 2s and junk.
No,
and
because look at this guy. He just runs all grade 2 and 3s. He doesn't run any grade 1.
Yeah, but remember, sometimes your opponent gets a damage check.
Yep.
So you don't want your turn to be absolute garbage. So at least this guy allows you to boost. Like it gives like everything in the column boost. So then you can boost and at least hit over things.
It's like back then. It's like usually, you know, you call like a bunch of small stuff in the back row. You want the great ones, and you try to multi attack. And if they get a defensive and you can't hit with a single attack, you just boost with it and hit for like a 30k.
Yeah, like
so
don't forget, like if you look at these numbers, these are like this is the only 9, but you know, 10 plus 5 is like 15, boosting like a 14, 29, right? That's hitting hitting over the trigger count, etc., etc. So I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. It's an interesting tech,
and
right?
so like V again, like you don't have 10k grade 1, so grade 1, grade 2, grade 2 kind of has more value. It's like similar to the old days. Yeah. And grade 2, you ride up, you just T-shape and bash them.
Yeah, T formation.
T formation. Well, in this case, I think it's just like a one strike line because it doesn't even have any back rows. Here we see
Zognolia. Yeah, Zognolia. Only the 4 wild intelligences, which is pretty interesting. I think it's a bit risky when in terms of the amount
order
of
count.
Yeah,
4
but
copies.
Otherwise, the rest of it is just all the cards we've basically seen before.
Yeah.
Right, really good stuff, Magnolia, just turning the hype on.
And it's all the old cards coming back as well. So yeah.
Yeah. I like Alania because you just don't really you're not really worried about soul now because you have ways to get free soul. The counterblast is also freer, but this just allows you to push slightly earlier, which I like.
Yes,
I like. You know?
And it's like, you know, it's a unit that makes another unit. It's you know, if you like, yes, order has its merits, but also there are games that you just like, you know, you go absolute clunk and brick.
Yeah,
but Alenia, you'll never have that problem. So
yeah. So again, we got this guy's Zorgnolia, but he's running 7 orders.
Ooh, okay.
7 orders. This is the one that just pumps the power.
8 order. There's not a 1.
Oh yeah, there's actually Nectari. He's also got 1 Dummy Naru. It's pretty crazy.
I guess what to turn 3 is like.
Yeah, if he draws it on that turn 3 turn, he has a big turn 3 still, and then next turn goes into the great. No, actually, no. This is all.
No, this is set. No, you definitely have set 4.
He's just not running
grade 4. Okay, all right. Interesting.
Pretty okay. Just old Magnolia.
Yeah.
But only 1 Dama Inaru. That's a bit weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure about this list.
Maybe he's still updating it. It is week 1 after all.
Yeah, you know. Prices are expensive. I heard this is like 3,000 yen or something like that.
Yep. And even inlets, I think, like, you know, might be kind of.
Oh yeah, true.
Because it's not just Magnolia players who want it. You'll have the Flagberg players as well.
The few Flagberg.
So. Yeah, like just the sheer demand for this set is gonna be pretty insane.
Man, you might need this in Aqua Force as well.
Yeah.
4th attack, soul in and draw.
Like
wow.
Premium, like premium boys, everyone wants. Like this set 4 is gonna be bonkers.
Yeah, I hope you guys pre-order, guys. Yeah, again, this is just a Magnolia. You guys probably seen the commonality here, right? A lot of. Well,
this one's just a pure grade 3 build.
But I get, okay, this guy I can respect more than the previous because he's got the 4 Dama Inaru, which just sounds correct.
Yes.
He's got Inlet, right, that helps you build soul. He's also got the Soul Slice that countercharges and builds soul.
Okay.
Right? So I kind of like everything with this, you know, because he's using so much resource, but he's also able to get back the resource. At the same time, he's running 3 nulls because he doesn't care. He just doesn't care, right? Like, let's just go.
the true face of an aggro player. 3 nulls.
3 nulls, right? Does he have any heals? 3 heals. 3. Even 3 heals.
3 heals. Wow.
3
nulls, 3 heals. That's when you know the guy's real.
Yeah, wow. This guy isn't. He's not playing games. Nah. Anyway, he's not playing. He's going in.
Oh, this one's just full blink. Oh, yeah, this is just full blink.
This guy's. I don't know. Is he poor? He doesn't have the DSR here, so he's not that poor yet. Right, but
maybe he doesn't like the art. Maybe he likes the, you know, just the natural feel.
Well, actually, he's running 4 Magnolia and just 4 Elder Magnolia.
Okay.
So, yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. I can like that too. And then lastly, got Shelp and Dylan, Antwerp locals, Mitch, Blibinix, Flaminix. Sorry if I mistaken your name. Playing first place is Magnolia. Yeah, I have noticed you again. Noticed you, my friend. And this is I think he's getting there. He's got quite a few bling. Quite a few bling.
SPs, look at 11.
Yeah, so we just gave you the taste as well of future Magnolia. Hope you're happy. I think a lot of your deck is pretty much set for that as well.
Yeah, actually, using a lot of cards that will be used in set.
Yeah, so good job on coming first, Mitch. Second place, we got Tom Peters running Greedon. We've got the Time Girardi Dragon. Yeah, I think it's a pretty standard list as well. And then Jens with Nirvana. Okay, Nirvana, like 3 Expector. Nice. Okay. You can win Expector at BRO as well if you come first. And that is the sign-up's happening right now.
Card, eh? Oh, wow.
Yeah, guys.
You don't want to miss out. Be like
only 1 Shimmer. All right, that's 1 Shimmer. Normally in the set 3 it's like 3 or 4, right?
I mean, I get it. Like the slot is kind of tight, but like, I think I think you do want to have like 2 to 3 copies.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty interesting. But yeah, thanks for the list, guys. And congrats on Mitch for winning.
This is from Outpost Antwerp.
Yes, Outpost Antwerp. And then that was the last Magnolia list. You can see we went through a huge chunk. Next we have is Team Zorga. Zorga only got one list. Only got one list. We got the 5K Dragon.
You know what, man? Zorga set 1, 2, 3, 4. Still sad boy.
Yeah.
Like, come on, just give it multi-attack already, please. Bushro, please give.
Yeah. I don't know what to say about this list. I don't know. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of 3 of the 5K Dragon. I think it's an okay card. It's not terrible.
You might break with it, right? If you just draw it.
Yeah, like there's no way to get rid of it. Is my problem unless you just play over it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you ideally want to get rid of it every turn and then call it out again just to get a 10k.
It's on Rose.
Yeah. So yeah, that's only Zorga list, unfortunately. Also, we have one Flagberg list here. This Flagberg list.
From Japan?
From Japan, and I think this is an old list though. Yeah, I think they're just posting an old list, so unfortunate.
But hey, you can play this in English right now.
Yeah, English list, guys. English list. Alright, let's move on to the next big chunk. We have Team Seraph. Seraph Snow is happy. Actually, I expected more from this deck in terms of results at WGP. This didn't really pop up as much as I thought it would.
I think it's just, I don't know, maybe some of the players are still, busy gathering their 3rd and 4th copy, because I heard in Japan it's pretty hard to get grade 4.
Yeah, I heard people were, like, shops are buying the grade 4 for 3,000 yen. And
that's buying for like $40.
Yeah, 40, is it AUD or USD?
USD would be like around 30
USD.
30 USD buying.
Shops buying 30 USD, that means they're selling for like $40, like 40 USD, or like if they're just trying to make like as little margins as like 35 USD. And I think that's that's very expensive for an overdress card, right?
Yeah,
very expensive. But yeah, I think the deck, like a lot of these decks haven't really been like maximized as well in terms of potential.
Let's be real, it doesn't really change the deck too much, except from it's just better right up now. I think you can be much more aggressive. You can run like Lemons as well, just to like charge up your prison as much as possible. You don't have to rely on something like Bug Motor. As long as you hit 10 ASAP, like the moment you ride grade 4, you might go, yeah, the moment you ride grade 4 is pretty interesting. You get 6, right? You might get 6. That's an easy 10er. But like smart players will find a way to play around you from getting the 10. So like I know a lot of builds of Seraph Snow really focus on the on like field control, which I think you don't need that much of. You just want more uninterruptible ways or uninteractive ways to get prison. So I think like the grade 2, for example, the old grade 2 that was used in like more deck out games is still very good because it's just uninteractive, Man,
prison.
You sound like a great opponent to play against.
Yes. I'm the best opponent to play against. I'm so nice, man. I'm a nice guy.
This is not Link Joker.
Yeah. But yeah, like again, I think this lineup is correct. I think Rouge is still nice.
Actually, I've been checking like the Japanese prices, and Rouge is going up.
Yeah, Rouge is bulky. So, that is a good thing about Rouge. It also feels good. So it's solving 2 problems at once. I'm a bit iffy on Turquoise. I'm also a bit iffy on Suppressed. Like, sure, this is a free card, but like, do we just have better slots? Better cards to put in this slot?
I mean,
right?
like, does that one free card in the field matter? It's like,
Yeah,
kind of.
like I'm thinking Lamone seems pretty good just because it has on-hit pressure, and if they let it hit, you get 2, and 2 is pretty significant in terms of card. So yeah, I think there is like much more to explore, but yeah, suppress. I think everyone is just running suppress because it's free. It's
stable.
Just, yeah,
you read the card and it's like, oh, this is value. Chuck it in.
That's 100% correct. The other card is like Shovel's. Like Shovel's is okay. It's like field control. It draws a card. But it's also like I don't know.
On the lower end of the value.
Maybe. I think it's just. I guess it's really coming down to slots. It's really coming down to slots because your grade 2 lineup is pretty much set. Like this guy's not running the other hand interaction card, but he's just running turquoise.
Oh Jesus, is that full copy of DSR?
No, only one, right? This is the DSR.
No, the grade 4.
SP
is that SP?
Yeah, it's all SP.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, no, this is SSP.
That's SSP.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
Well, it depends. What's the trade
SSR,
behind it?
SSR.
Yeah, it's like that new rarity with the sign thing.
I feel like the coloring of the other stuff is
similar.
not. No, the coloring is not silver.
Ah, the back of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's not
Okay, so it's just normal
I think it's
SP.
just normal SP.
Right. Just normal SP.
Like okay, apart from the SSR, it's an SSR, right?
Yeah.
Apart from the SSR, I like how he's only running 2 suppressed gleamer because. Like, imagine one goes to damage, right? One goes to damage, then your third suppressed gleamer is useless. It's just literally an AK dude sitting there not doing anything. So I think like running less than 4 copies is like a nice way to get space, you know, from your deck.
Sure.
And then you can kind of run a few more other cards in the deck too. So I think that's kind of like a future tech, right? This person's running Baromagnes. I like this melty heart.
Now it gets really big.
Huge defense.
Like it's just
actual
like
massive
pretty
defense.
much a PG.
Right? Yeah, that is correct. Like with all this stuff
What's
out.
that, like 10 in
10,
present? Like,
50k shield. Or minus 50k.
Yeah.
So restanders just cry.
Bastion
They just cry. Bastion cries. Bruce's cry. Yeah. Yeah, but it's pretty. I think they've basically got the grade 2 stuff right. I think it's just all about maximizing the ratios.
It's actually
now.
the grade 1s that's more interesting.
I'm not a huge fan of bug murder nowadays.
Wow.
Right? It's especially running 4 of it because you're just gonna. It's gonna become irrelevant so quickly. That's the problem, in my opinion.
It's good for the first 2 turns.
Yeah, literally that's it. Literally, that's it. Good for the first 2 turns. This was actually just running heavy counterblast 1 draw. It's interesting. Right, nice. And then here's just a mess. What is this?
I'm seeing Magnolia and Seraph.
No, this is a power counter. But yeah, long story short, here's a Seraph list. You can figure it out yourself. Pause the video and figure it out. But here's another one. Is this just... No, this is... We've got grade 4 Seraph. Interesting that, like, I think a lot of decks are just cutting down just to 1 Seraph because, I guess, space issues, literally.
Yeah.
I don't even... This is too rouge, so I'm not a fan of this list already. It's actually maxed out on 4th order? Hand order? I mean, it's uninteractive,
It's got TV ordered.
Yeah, it's uninteractive, but 4 is a bit excessive, I think.
Yeah. It gets too much clunky.
Yeah, and then here we have is
Okay, this still 4 bug motors.
There's only 2 this guy couldn't afford, okay, the expensiveness.
You can tell from the rarity as well.
Yeah. Oh, you can tell from the rarity. Is that isn't it? And then he's the 4. Okay, 4 out. Okay, he's running the new grade 3. This one is interesting. I was thinking of testing it out. I'm pretty sure I'm just not gonna run it, but basically when a card is called like not from hand, you can rest it, and that's a once per turn. So ideally, if they call from like a prison, you're like, yeah, I can rest it. But if they call from like a deck or something like that, you can also rest that too. I think you can rest a Shadow Army token as well. When they call that out, but it just. I think the overall value of that card it sounds cool on paper, but in practice I feel like it's not as good as you think it is. You might as well use that slot for anything else, right? But yeah, that is all the Seraph list as well this week. A lot of Seraph. Basically this week has just been huge Seraph Magnolia domination. Then comes Nirvana. We have 1 Orfist list from the West, right? This is from We Strayed Further From God. Orfist list that I took to 2nd place. I'm pretty happy with my placement. I could have done better in the Bastion matchup. Plus, it was only 3 rounds. It was only at 8 people. Well, it's locals, right? It's locals. Yeah, this is a set 3 Orfist deck, and yeah, I think it's just got all the good stuff. 3 Desta Jade, right? Basically 3 15k beaters. And then you got the thumb reader. Like, I guess he's just running 3 of everything, right? 3 of everything.
And 1, 1, 2, 3 up there.
7 orders. Well. Yeah, 7 orders. Okay, yeah, I can dig that. So good job, good job. I think this is kind of unexpected. We have Gravidias. And, well, not unexpected to me, right, to be honest. I think Gravidia is quite good now with all the new support. Solved every problem.
Big rocks.
We've got big rocks.
Big rocks.
We've got big rocks. We got sending rocks back to deck. All your stuff is resolved now, thanks to set 4. So Gravidia is actually a much more complete deck. Yep. This guy just didn't really care about the Gravidia engine and just went playing Meteor World again. Meteor World did top WGP as well. So the new Big Rock is definitely doing wonders to the deck.
Dude, it saves so much deck slot.
Yeah, Big Rock. You hit 5 rocks very, very easily now. And then you just have better cards, like your new Grade. This is I think this one just calls a rock from your drop zone. Yeah. So you get to
raise the big rock.
Freelo. Well, if your big rock goes to the drop zone somehow, big rock binds itself when it's used, so you don't get to big rock all the time, but you still get to small rock, right? You get to small rock. Yep. But yeah, still the Destiny. So it's like, you know, quick rush build, but then, you know, Gravidia just kind of sustains pretty well, and then the new cards just kind of makes it one way to consistent.
Wreck grade 4, just win before they reach grade 4.
That's right. Again, here we have another Meteor World list. So it looks very similar to the one before, but it's actually from 2 different tournaments. So yeah, actually it's 2 different decks too. This guy's only running 2 Desta Jade, and then you know, more of this. So yeah, another Meteor World showing up at locals, which is pretty nice. But then we have actual rocks, right? So this is pretty much the complete engine. You know, it's actually not running the send back card, which is
it's just using the one that calls from drop, which is, I guess, is enough. You don't expect your games to go for too long.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so good. Like the deck, I don't know what to say. It's just like really, really complete now. I had a lot of fun playing the deck when testing it, especially. This guy's running. Is this just like a 10 rock plus 4 big rocks?
That's quite a bit, but yeah, can still work. Just discard them.
Yeah. Is this Well, this is a bit strange.
It's not Meteor. It's not. It's not Meteor World. No.
This one is the World Searcher, though.
Yeah, but you don't run anything here.
Yeah, it's.
Must have another effect.
No. No. I mean, I don't think Meteor's a world. So
no, they're not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the big Meteor's not a world either. So. Yeah, this was an interesting list. I'm not too sure on this one. But then here we've got Kentacore AGC D Standard Vanguard Day Tournament. Result first place Space Mama Banzai. Very happy with set 4 supports. Taking out no longer an issue, so is blasting 5 rocks really consistent, yet to play with other matchups. Time will tell. And that is correct. I fully agree with you. I like how you agree with me. Big Rock saving the day, new support, insanity levels of good.
And recycling rocks.
Yeah, recycling rocks, popping rocks, using
5 rocks.
Yeah, 5 rocker.
5 rocker.
Yeah, it's a really complete deck, guys. I think Gravidia players who like Gravidia now in set 3, when set 4 comes, you guys, I don't know what you guys do. Maybe you guys are gonna just explode. It's just
just explode. But
you're like, wow, it's so good.
It's the theme of the deck, right? You just explode with the deck.
That's right. I don't know. Words can't describe how good the deck feels in set 4, but trust me, guys.
Pop 5.
Trust me, bro.
Flip triggers.
Trust me, bro. That's right.
Good times.
All right, let's move on to Lyrical. I think everyone's gonna be pretty happy that it's just gonna be this deck. Then we've got a Clarissa deck, right?
That's not Clarissa. You gotta be very brave to bring it.
Yeah, and then hey, look, it's Devin. Got first place in the Murakumo Standard Remote Fight Tournament. Big shout out to Murakumo Tournaments for hosting a tournament during Christmas. Thank you. And he was playing Loro, like standard Loro. So good job on doing well.
A solid list.
Yep. And then we have Seiso at Nikocard's Grand Championship, came second and finally got to enjoy another deck besides Bastion. Finals came down to 1 trigger for the game, but had a blast. And he was playing Clarissa. That is all the Lyrical decks we have this week.
Oh,
that's
wow,
the same.
that's it?
Usually we have like 12, like double digits, but today everyone just went to Christmas. and the Japanese players went to other decks.
Set 4.
Because set 4 has been pretty insane, right? So yeah, thanks for the list, guys. But then there's also a few more lists here. We have Shaman King. This is just your Yoru deck, right? That's been doing well with Shaman King. And then here we have a Tau Ren deck as well,
which also have been doing very well.
I think the winner of the Shaman King WGB Championship was Tau Ren.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Shaman King. If you want to be the Shaman King, pick your favorite deck and you can probably do well. With either Yo or Tau Ren. Probably others. Others are pretty good. Let's move on to V, right? The V. This section is going to be pretty quick, guys. So much standard this week. Everything was pretty much standard because everyone just loving the new stuff. And then while the Western players probably had some celebrations.
Good times, Christmas, you know.
You don't have to play Vanguard every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Have a break, right? Have a break.
I mean, BR is coming up soon. You can play a lot of games.
This guy would know. This guy would know.
Oh, bro. I'll try not to fall asleep this time, but it's all good.
Yeah, sleep. You gotta have that stamina, the endurance. The last 24 hours, right?
Esports. Gaming times. Game, but okay.
You don't want that tournament fatigue setting in. Just gotta
enjoy it as well.
Game, yeah.
That's the most important part.
All right, V. Let's look at this Royal Paladin Illusion XD. Got 3rd place on Sunday for Gamers Guild as V Premium Tournament. This was my first time playing Thing Saver and first time playing in a V Premium Tournament, and I didn't think I could do this well. But you know, that's good. It's good that you're trying out new horizon, right?
You gotta try different formats, man. It's actually quite fresh if you haven't touched like one of the different formats of Vanguard for a while. Yeah, you don't have to play it all the time, but
that's right. That's right.
Every 3 months you revisit and like, wow, this is actually
just keep there's three formats.
Formats. That's right.
Have fun. If you have fun in one format, it's good. But don't be afraid to try the other ones and give it a go. Especially with something like Clan Collection here, right? This is pretty easy. Like Clan Collection
decks are easy to build as well.
Yeah. Or just get a friend to help you out if you're not too sure. Right. But yeah, we got Thing Saver, Jewel Knight. Right? Pretty nice combo. I personally do like Thing Saver quite a lot. Of course, not a T1 deck, I guess, but it just does
work.
Restanding engine very well. I like it. So yeah, good job, Illusion, and congrats on joining V Premium, man. Have fun, dude. Rhymy, Hobby Spot V Premium 20 on the 25th. Went 3-1 with a Blade Master and got 2nd. The 1st place was actually just Revenges for Anson Lau. Right, so nice. Revenges. They're getting more support coming up. Can't wait to see the reveals, dude. Yeah, so cool. Raging form. 2nd was the Blade Master. So this was Rhymy, and yeah.
The only time I'm fine with seeing Blade Master.
Look at this waterfall, dude.
Waterfall,
buddy. Yo. And 3rd was a Kids with
Sure.
I mean, we don't really need to see the picture, I guess, because we all know how the wild list looks like.
It's a Luard list. You know, the first 3, 4, the first whole line.
I mean, you pretty much know the entire list by now. It's like you can see the bat here. Okay, he's playing Bat Lord. Done. All right. But congrats, Ansem coming first, Revenges, and congrats, Rhymy for coming 2nd. All right. Next, you got the Japanese Spectralist. Spectral, still doing its thing.
Spectral things.
Bear in mind, everyone was at WGP. Well, a lot of people were at WGP. And we have a Genesis list here, right? So this is Astral Port list. And then here we have is Akimo. Deck of cards V Premium End of Year Championship 1st place. Gavril with a little chicken on the side. And then I'll post my drinking game Gav list at New Year's. Merry Christmas. Ooh, drinking game Gav list. Sounds
dangerous.
Sounds very Australian, right?
Very Australian.
Very Australian. All right. Where's the chicken on the side? Is it the chicken? Is it the chicken?
Yeah, the shield. Phoenix, right?
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was a Phoenix. I thought it was just something. It was just a defense free knot. All right. Good job, Akimo. Good job. 1st place. Nice. We got some Dragon Empire. So here we've got another Blade Master Dauntless list.
Blade Masters.
Yeah, Blade Master Dauntless, dude. Crazy. Then we have here is Narukami with Book Narukami. So
we've seen this around.
Yep. And then last we got, is this Shiryuki?
No,
it's actually Yasui.
Yeah. Good old 16. Well, it's not 20, right? 20
it's
grade 3 Yasui.
17 grade 3s, dude.
21.
Plus actually, it's 21 now, eh?
It's 21 grade 3.
Worse. Nice. Actually getting worse, dude.
No fear. Just ride up and win.
Yeah, wow, dude. We have a dimensional robo list. Do you remember? So, yeah.
Just updated V collection.
That's right. You know, Dark easy win there. We got Silverthorn.
No.
Wait.
This is for rabbits.
Bunnies with
Bunnies.
Oh no, this is Beast Tamer.
No, it is Bunnies deck.
Yeah, Bunnies with Beast Tamer.
I mean,
yeah.
Beast Tamer is just theirs, and you just use it.
I think when I saw Dory, I'm like, dude, it's liquidated. It's good, but then I'm like, oh no, actually it's not. Yeah, straight up bunny list. I think fronts. I guess fronts pretty cool. Yeah. So pretty nice. Then we have is Ezel Senpai. This is not his deck. My friend Justin won our V Premium tournament. If you guys have any tips or ideas for improving this build, please let me know. I'd be happy to pass to him. This is a Maelstrom list, right? Maelstrom list. I think like...
Wait, I think it's like some... Are the grade 2s... I actually don't know too much about the Maelstrom grade 2s, to be honest.
Yeah, I think... Was it Kagzi like topped with Maelstrom in
there's
BRO?
that in the BRO, so we can try.
I think keep an eye out for that list. I think I read an article. I think Jaime did an article with him where he talked about the deck a lot. So I think you can check that out. I think it's like Axis Vanguard, right? So check out that he's got a bunch of interviews. But I think he did interview the Kagzi guy with the Maelstrom list. The big MVP I saw during the final match was Press Steam Dragon, especially when there's two of these, a bunch of penguins, and the on hit always activate. Yeah.
Yes.
Like I think a lot of the Maelstrom deck does require you to have certain pieces to make really strong combos. So like, he's even got the draws. He's got 8 draws. So I think he's doing a lot correct. So I think he's got like a lot of the idea like right. You know, he's got a good idea. But check out the article, see what other Maelstromers think of the deck, and go from there.
Yeah, you might be able to find like 1 or 2 cards that you might want to, you know.
Yeah, or just change the ratio or some bit, right? Just change the ratio, but you know, very good job. Very good
skeleton.
Job. That's right. And then we have a Highlander list.
Japanese Highlander. That's
Highlander list. Yeah. And then the last list for the day, guys. Guess what? We have one premium list today. It is actually just a great nature list. I think this one's pretty interesting. You got the Crayon Tiger. I don't see the Rhino though.
Yeah. So what is Gorilla?
Yeah, you have the Culture Gorilla to stand a bunch of stuff, but you also have Nectar. So like my original idea was like maybe you keep on restanding a Rhino with like, is it a Nectar on it? Does that work? Yeah. But he doesn't have the Rhino, so I'm just wondering what's going on. But I guess you just stand a bunch and then just win. Unfortunately, we don't have the G zone, but it is what it is, right? It is what it is. So yeah, that is pretty much everything this week. Lots of D. We talked about a lot of D. But it's actually very interesting. Like Set 4 really changed up you know, overdress for mine. What do you think?
Yeah, and I think you might have to do another like tier ranking video because that's gonna be big. And you now have like what, 15, 16, plus there's a lot of decks that you have to go through. So that's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is pretty much the last video for the year. I don't know, are you gonna post something on the 31st?
Yeah, I think we're gonna do something on the 31st.
Crazy.
Maybe we'll have a reflection. I have to say, this Set 4 has really hyped up overdress for me, to be honest. I'm like actually very excited about that set.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, after Set 2 and Set 3, it's a bit of like, you know, it's like, gets a bit, you know, it's like the calm before the storm, but you don't know how long it's gonna be like just that quiet.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Set 4 came in. Yep.
Boom.
Just like that.
Boom.
So quick.
Like a meteor. Like a big rock.
Like a big rock. Like I don't know, like 10, 15 decks coming all at once.
Yeah. You know.
And it's been pretty fresh. So,
it's very exciting.
Yeah.
Very exciting. But don't forget, guys. Standard, BRO, sign-ups now.
Yes.
Go sign up.
Well, it's still open.
I think the deadline is like next Wednesday-ish for Australia time.
Okay.
So yeah, make sure to sign up if you want to play. If you don't want to play, make sure you can play and then sign up. Make some time. It'll be fun. You can use your new Set 3 cards. And Set 3 is still a pretty good set, guys. It's still, I mean, it's new and fresh, and there's a bunch of new cards that are out there. It's pretty good. If you want to submit lists, VG #VGTopDecks on Twitter, or submit it on Discord. Usually we post yours at the end. But yeah, if you can't submit, I do prefer Twitter, but if you can't post on social media, just put it on Discord and we can see it. But other than that, have a happy New Year's. Yeah, happy New Year's, and we'll be good to see you guys next week. We'll see you next year.
See you next year.
See you next year, right?
All right.
Peace out.
Peace out.